So how does it feel now to have penetrated with your group into the commercial system with your record? You know, in a way, you've made a big penetration there.
I haven't really come to grips with it yet. We've been in Europe ever since everything's happened.
We haven't been back to America since this whole thing's blown up.
Yeah.
So we really don't know how insane it is.
The tour was booked months ago, so we're playing in small halls where we would have played before and this would have happened. So we can't really tell what's changed. But
if anything, it sort of gives me a little faith in you know, the consumer. You know, I mean, it just, hopefully so many more people are receiving our record. Maybe they'll get something out of it, and this will be the first time they've been exposed to anything different. You know,
they'll hear our band, and then, you know, they'll say, "Wow, I really like where these guys are coming from." And we'll say, you know, we like bands like Sonic Youth or Dinosaur Jr. or L7 or Hole, or the whole underground scene where we come from is just so right on, and maybe that's the way we justify why we've pursued this so far on this level. Some doors that have been opened for us by, you know, bands who've made dance that have preceded us.
Who's that? Black Cindy?
Black Candy.
Oh, Black Candy. That's funny.
That was a really good show. I remember actually there was a cameraman that was so close to Kurt, he kind of fucking attacked him with his guitar. Do you remember that?
I think so.
Oh, well,
I think we knew that we were being filmed. We were burnt out at that point too, man. Like I remember we had one day off between the American tour and the European tour. One fucking day. We were just like, we played so. I was burnt at that point.
Everybody was burnt, and then Kurt, he's just so intense. He's just pouring it out there, and so he's got to, you know, night after night. It took its toll.
Yeah. That's a fun show, though. It was around that time, I think, that things really started to get to that point where something was happening. And you could tell in that interview, the interview was asking us what we think, and we're still kind of in our own little bubble, and we haven't figured out what the rest of the world was figuring out, you know.
We would get reports from our friends and family in the United States that you've got a big song on the radio and it's on MTV like every 10 minutes. I'm like, oh really? Well, we're here in Holland. It's nice here. You know. Yeah, well, we were in this kind of this bus kind of thing. It was pretty hard. Like there were no bunks or anything, and you know, we toured the United States, and we didn't have much time off, and we were on the road in Europe, you know, and just tearing up those highways.
I remember the one thing about that tour that stood out the most was being in the van the day that Freddie Mercury died. Yeah. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Like, I hardly remember the rest of the tour, but I remember being in the van that day and hearing it like, whoa.
Because that was in Holland when we got that news.
It was, wasn't it?
Yep.
It was the day we did the in-studio thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.